And the New York Attorney General is warning about AI and misinformation ahead of the presidential election. Letitia James is urging major tech companies to take meaningful steps to protect voters, saying AI is making it easier for bad actors to create deceptive content. I want to bring in ABC News senior reporter Emmanuelle Saliba for more on this. Emmanuelle, how is AI being used to deceive people in the political arena, and what is it James wants these tech companies to do about it?
Well, one of the big issues is that there is no uniform way these tech companies and AI companies are approaching the problem of misinformation and disinformation. She's asking for them to provide clear indication of how they're dealing with these issues ahead of the elections. She's asking for an in-person meeting to go over all of these different issues, which is labeling, how do they stop misinformation, what is, and some of their policy is public, but she requested a formal in-person meeting.
So what should we be looking out for, just as regular people scrolling the internet? How do we detect what is authentic and what is sort of fake created by AI? Are there red flags or kind of little warning signs?
I mean, it's becoming increasingly difficult to tell what's been generated using AI and what's, human-made. Seeing is no longer believing when it comes to online content, and I have to keep saying it because the technology is progressing day by day. It's important for all of us to understand just how good this technology is getting and just be skeptical. Be skeptical of what you see online. Try to find the original sources. Go to trusted sources, government news. Try to find other images of the same scene, like we saw with the Harris campaign, with the Harris photo that has been going viral over the weekend. Try to find other sources. Does this look like it was taken by other people on the ground, or is it just one photo, one video? Is it really the person's voice? What are they saying about that? So you have to just be skeptical and critical of everything that we see, especially going into the elections.
It seems to have progressed so fast. My husband this weekend showed me a photo of a woman.
Yes, I think I know which one you're talking about.
And he said, look at this. And I said, oh. And he said, that's entirely AI generated. And I could not believe it. Just a few months ago, it was like the person would have 6 fingers and the eyes were kind of uneven. And you could just tell that there was something fake about it. This was undetectable. So how are the tech companies responding to these concerns, and what happens next?
So again, it's not uniform. And I think that's part of the problem, is that each platform has their own way of approaching it. They did come together and sign a voluntary pact saying they are going to take action against deceptive AI. So that means, any generative AI, whether that's voice, image, or video, that's meant to fool people. But sometimes it's falling under the umbrella of parody, and that becomes a little bit more complicated. It's not a simple issue. But they're looking at labeling AI-generated content, so at least the users could know. There's a technology out there called the C2PA, which would allow us, for example, to have a little button that you could click, and you could get all the information on a piece of content. It would tell you who created it, how it was created, if any AI was used in the process, if any editing was made. So it's like a nutrition label for a piece of content.
Such an interesting way to put it. I never thought of it that way. Emmanuelle, thank you, and thank you for staying on top of these for us.
Thank you.